Hey everyone, in this video we're going to deep dive into the pros and the cons of living in Ottawa. So if you're relocating to Ottawa or to Canada, stay tuned to find out all the pros and cons. And one of the pros, well, it's certainly not the construction that happens in the summertime here in Ottawa. So let's get in the video. Show reel, hit it! So let's get into it. The top pros and cons for living in the city of Ottawa. And trust me, the very last one, you want to stay tuned for, because it might just make or break your decision in coming to Ottawa. Okay, pro number one, friendly but conservative. Everyone thinks Ottawa is a super sleepy government town where everyone just keeps themselves. But the truth is, it's actually one of the most friendly cities in all of Canada. When you get in here and you start making relationships and you build that neighborhood and that network, you'll actually find that people are extremely friendly and outgoing. But people do tend to keep themselves, and they're a little conservative. But once you break past that ice, it's off to the races from there. Pro number two, Ottawa is super economically stable. We're like this unique little bubble in North America. The federal government is our largest employer, and it supports so many people's livelihood here in Ottawa. There's a massive amount of departments spread throughout every different area of the city of Ottawa. We also have a great infrastructure with education. We have the University of Ottawa, Carleton University, and Algonquin College. These educational hubs are great for students that come into the city and support the local economy. We also have a great medical field with all these wonderful hospitals with Ottawa Hospital. We also have the Civic Hospital, and we have the Queensway Carleton Hospital and the Riverside Hospital and the Montfort Hospital. So many hospital opportunities for people that are looking into that career opportunity as well. With the federal government and the medical field and the educational field, we have high tech, and high tech is phenomenal here in Ottawa. Out in Canada, it's known as Silicon Valley North, and it's a major provider for people's livelihoods here in Ottawa. Ottawa is so economically stable that when there's downturns in other economies throughout the world, such as the US as well as other parts of Canada, we've actually been very insulated during those economic downturns. So we're a great place to actually raise a family, for medium income, for quality of life, and everything that comes along with it. Pro number three, crime. In 2019, the police reported crime rate in Ottawa increased for the fourth consecutive year to reach approximately 4,200 incidents per 100,000 in population. Although the best measurement for the growth or decline of crime in a particular area is using the CSI Crime Severity Index. This index is a measure of reported crime that reflects the relative seriousness of offenses and tracks these fluctuations in crime severity over time. The CSI index covers 237 areas of Canada. Out of these measured communities, Ottawa ranked 107th on the index. Just for some context, the other major Canadian cities ranked as follows. Winnipeg ranked 13th, Edmonton ranked 25th, Toronto ranked 39th, Vancouver ranked 59th. Ottawa remains to be a fairly safe city that offers a great quality of life. There are areas to be aware of, but when relocating, prudence and proper guidance is paramount. Okay, pro number four. Ottawa is beautiful. It's so scenic with this wonderful heritage canals, the beautiful nature trails all around Ottawa. Of course, tourism is a huge provider for everything here in Ottawa too. But once you get out and you actually explore Ottawa, all the biking paths, the history, the museums, there's so much to offer. So pro number five, Ottawa is super cosmopolitan. You'd be hard-pressed to find another city in North America that has this much variety in one place. From the different national monuments, the museums, the theater, the arts, the culture, and then with the infrastructure of such a wonderful employment sector, and then all the parks and things to do, it's extremely great to see so much and do so much, and it really brings up the quality of life in Ottawa, and that's why I love it so much. So tip number 6, education. So Ottawa is full of great education opportunities. University of Ottawa, Carleton University, Algonquin College. In fact, these universities offer specific business schools as well, like Sprott School with Carleton University, as well as the Telfer School with the University of Ottawa. So if you're looking to raise a family and you come here, your children can still live at home and actually do some great education programs. And they have so much to choose when you're in Ottawa. So tip number 7, the great outdoors. Ottawa has so much to offer, not just inside the city. The city planning has been fantastic with canals, bike paths that stretch right across the city and even outside the city. But it also has nature trail parks, and when you drive 10 to 15 minutes outside the city, some great fishing spots, canoeing, hiking, backpacking, mountain biking. For the outdoor enthusiast, Ottawa has a lot to offer. And while we're on it, pro number 8. Quality of life within Ottawa is great for raising a family. But I warn you, you want to make sure you can find a daycare provider before you move to Ottawa. They're hard to find and it can be very expensive. But for raising a family, from education, from the median income for opportunities in jobs and careers, from theater, arts, all these great things make Ottawa such a unique bubble to raise your family and to have a great quality life at the same time. Pro number 9, traffic. Now it seems odd that I actually talk about traffic as being a pro. Now I grew up here in Ottawa and born and raised, and I've seen all the different parts of the city. The traffic does get bad around rush hour traffic, and you have to know the times when to leave your home. But the truth is, if you actually time it and you see how long you sit in traffic, it only lasts for about 8 to 15 minutes at most, even during one of our Sens game, which is out in the West End in Canada. But traffic really isn't that bad. As long as you're patient and you have a good podcast on, you're good to go. There was a survey that was recently done over 100 different cities, and they took different things like time on traffic, routes, transportation around the city, how congested the city was. And Ottawa ranked number 3 on that list out of 100 cities. So you know the traffic is pretty good here. Pro number 10. Ottawa is really quickly becoming a foodie town. Now I did a lot of time opening different boutique hotels here in the city of Ottawa, so I got to know a lot of different hoteliers as well as restaurateurs. And actually as Ottawa grows, typically 20 to 30,000 people move into the city every year. And we see that influx from Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, these different wonderful cosmopolitan cities. But we also get this wonderful new talent of people that want to start their restaurant and their passions here in Ottawa. And we as residents get to benefit from that. The variety and the abundance of culinary delights is fantastic in Ottawa. It'd be hard pressed to find anything that you can't find here that's out there. Now, we've covered 10 fantastic pros of living in Ottawa. It's time to dig into the cons, because not everything is perfect. So con number 1, the cost of living. Ottawa is beautiful. It has so much to offer. Everything from quality of life, education, and things to do. But it's costly to live here. And the main cost I'm speaking about is homes. The home prices in Ottawa. Even rent is going up. As the population grows in the city of Ottawa, it puts a lot of compression on the city boundaries. And as we grow the city boundaries, suburban sprawl happens. Now the cost of living is going up. Right now it's July 2020. And we are having a massive seller's market that's happening in the city. To think of it, demand is super high and supply is super low. So there are multiple bids happening almost every night. Pricing wars, the seller's market is really on fire, just like the weather right now. So if you are considering living in Ottawa, one of the cons you have to think about is working with a professional that can help guide you and try and figure out the best spot for you and your budget, because it can be very costly. On number 2, it's quiet. A lot of people think Ottawa is super quiet, that they find that moving from a city like Toronto or Vancouver or Montreal, where there's so much nightlife and so much vibrancy, that Ottawa is kind of a conservative government town that's very quiet with nothing to do. But actually the opposite is true. Because we're the national capital, there's so much infrastructure for things like Blues Fest, Folks Fest, all these wonderful events that happen throughout the year. You're hard pressed not to find something to do every weekend in Ottawa during the spring, summer, and fall months. There's so much to do. It's just a matter of getting out there, looking for it, and then you'll start to set up your own patterns to have fun all the time. Con number 3, A lot of people think that moving to Ottawa, you need to be bilingual to get a job. Well, when you're looking at the federal government, a lot of the management positions and higher, you do need to be bilingual. So a lot of people struggle with that idea that coming to Ottawa, you must be bilingual. It's not completely true. There are certain positions and certain jobs that do require it, and it's certainly an asset to have if you can be fully bilingual. I was born and raised here, and I try and speak a little bit of French, but I'm not fully bilingual by any means. I have a lot of respect for people that do. Trust me, it's awesome for them, and they get some great opportunities. But you don't have to be bilingual to live in the city. But in certain positions, if you want to move up and be ambitious, it's great to have as a plus in your toolkit, so to speak. Con number 4, mass transit. So even though the traffic can be somewhat easily handled as you're driving around the city on your daily commute, just picking the right times in and out of your certain neighborhoods, but mass transit is actually getting a difficult time right now. It's called the LRT, Light Rail Transit in Ottawa. And Ottawa is now progressing very rapidly in this area and putting a nice light rail transit system to actually handle all the influx of people coming into Ottawa. And as that happens, every major project has issues. So they have dropped the ball a few times, and it's a major spend for the city. And a lot of people do like to kind of contribute their comments as well about it being failing at some times. So it does become daily water cooler talk, as they say. But the truth is that it's going to be an awesome system once it's up and running and supporting the city north to south and east to west. So it should be up and running very soon, we're hoping. Con number 5, the weather. Right now it is July and it is steaming hot. It's almost like plus 37 out here without the humidity. It's crazy hot. But that's the weather. That's the beauty of Ottawa, that you get the 4 seasons. And now if you don't enjoy the extremes, it will be a con for you. It doesn't bother me. I love it. I love having the 4 seasons. You get a fantastic summer. It's hot, sometimes it's humid, can get to plus 35 on July and August. But then the exact opposite in the wintertime. In December, January, and February, you can hit sometimes minus 35 as well. But usually it's a median temperature across the board, and it is quite comfortable. But you do get the full seasons. You get winter, summer, spring, fall, and you really get them. Even in the fall time, you have these wonderful trees changing color. So when you move here, if you've always been in some type of moderate climate somewhere else, you'll find that you get such a variety here in Ottawa. So I love it. But then again, if you don't like that kind of temperature change and that shift, we are in a valley, so it does stay in that area in temperature-wise, so you have some challenges with that. So there you go, the top pros and cons of living in the city of Ottawa. Honestly, we get calls every week of people relocating to Ottawa and looking to move across Canada, and we absolutely love it. If you're looking to move to Ottawa or relocate anywhere in Canada, feel free to reach out to us. Send us an email, shoot us a text, or give us a call, or even wrap it in a bow and send it first class, because we got your back when moving to the Ottawa or relocating across Canada. And stay tuned, because every week on our channel, we release videos weekly. So tap that subscribe button and click the bell to make sure you're notified each and every time. Thank you very much, and until next time, we'll see you soon.